What's going on, guys? We have another Season 14 video. This is War number 6, and we are facing a primitive alliance. I have a very interesting war video here for you today. I have quite a few fights. I'm going to be bringing Omega, Quake, and Venom to the war today. So dropping Sabretooth for this war because I want 3 different attackers. And you'll see why in a second. I'm going to be on path number 2 in section 1 and path 3 in section 2. So heading over to the left, on path 2, I just have one fight, and that's going to be Elektra. And this is the only fight I needed Omega for, so I wanted him for the poison and bleed node here, but didn't feel like I really needed Sabretooth to get through this fight. Because I'm going to be gaining a lot of health, and it's Elektra. So just going to go in here with Omega, and it's going to be a little harder to stack his spores without the synergy. Also, it's hard to parry Elektra to lock in the spores with the degen. But I do get up over the 10 spores here, so she is starting to suffer the consequences of that right now. And I'm going to finish this baby with 100% health. Alright, nice job, Omega. You've done your job this war. So next I'm going to move up to the middle set of minis here. I have been assigned Magic to fight here with Quake. And this is a pretty straightforward fight. The only drawback with fighting Magic with Quake is her heavy is tough to evade in the corner. So once I get in the corner, I need to make sure I get my parries in, keep her stunned, and don't allow her to throw a heavy at me, because that could hurt. So. That's the only thing with fighting with Magic. Quake's a pretty good option for her because she's never going to get limbo. But you don't want to take that heavy to the face. So that's pretty much it. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy fight. Going to get her down with one more cycle of the Aftershock. So glad I got a chance to do this one. Quake wins. Alright, we're going to move over to section 2, where I'm on path 3. And I'm going to move anytime now. I'm just sitting there, hanging out. Not sure what I'm thinking about, but that's okay. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. Checking my boost. I still got 5 minutes on my boost, so let's mosey on to path 3. First fight here, we have Electro. So I could take this fight with either Omega or with Quake, being Biohazard, but I'm going to go with Quake just because I love me some Quake, and get this guy going. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward. Don't hit him and get him down pretty easily here. Alright, so next we're going to move on to the next fight, which is going to be Miles Morales. And on this node, it does have the best defense, so evading will be increased for Miles. I could take this fight with Quake, but I'm going to actually bring in Venom for this fight, just because Venom wants some action, save some health for Quake, and, he's not going to... He wouldn't even think about evading me here. He's too scared. He's just going to look at me and bleed. That's all he can do. Pretty solid fight here for Venom. He just mauls him to death. So that fight's over 26 seconds. Adios. Bye-bye. All right, next we're going to move up to this shared fight here. It's going to be Thing. And on this particular thing, we are looking at Empowered Immunity, Best Defense, Buffet. So some good stuff. I'm going to bring in Quake because Quake is a great option for Thing. I've fought Thing a lot with Quake, so I feel pretty comfortable with this fight. And right there, we had a input error when I was backing up. Didn't hold the heavy and took a rock pounding to the face. I hate it when that happens, but unfortunately that's what happens sometimes with Quake. The screen doesn't recognize what you're doing more so than any other champ, and sometimes you pay the price for it. But anyway, we'll get back to the fight. Like I said, Quake's usually a pretty good option here, and shouldn't have too much trouble even with that input error to start the fight. He's gonna be down here in just a minute. So overall, not bad. I wish I didn't have that mistake to start the fight, but hey, what can you do? And he's down. Quake wins again, and the crowd goes wild. Or at least I do. All right. Now we're going to move up to Mini Boss Island. So we're going to move on to Mini Boss Island, where I was expecting to take one mini boss, and that is going to be SpiderGwen. I was going to use Venom and get through the counter-tactics breakthrough and just maul this girl. She doesn't have the ability to evade me, so why not? Why not? What I didn't realize was I've been asked to take another fight in this war, and we'll get to that in just a second. I'm just thinking about the fact that I was assigned a fight that I wasn't too comfortable with, so I have this in the back of my head when I'm fighting this girl, and hopefully all will be okay when we get through it. Alright, so we're going to launch the Special 3 here and get this girl down a little bit. The breakthrough's starting to take effect, dealing some pretty good damage here. Should be able to finish this pretty quickly. She evades right here, but it's actually a dexterity evade. At first, when I first was fighting this fight, I was like, how did she evade? I was like, she can't evade, but on replay I saw that it was a dexterity evade, so less angry. Alright, next I'm moving up to Dr. Doom here, and normally not afraid to fight Dr. Doom, but this is Kinetic Reactor, so he's going to gain power when I block. I triple max boost for this fight. I throw on an invulnerability boost, and still expect to die in this fight. Really don't feel like Quake is the best option here, but you know what? Sometimes you gotta take one for the team, right? So I'm gonna do my best here. No idea if I'm gonna survive. He's gonna get up to a bar of power here in a second, and I'm gonna use up my first invulnerability boost. Actually, it uses all of my invulnerability boost on that first special, and dealt some damage to boot. So starting to get into some trouble here. This is where it's going to get interesting. You know what's going to happen here. So he gets up to another bar of power. He smacks me in the face, throws a special one. Oh, it's coming down to the wire. I got him down. Oh my gosh, he's at 2% health. Please don't die. Please don't die. Oh my gosh. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, man. Whew. Somehow survived that one. My goodness. Whew. All right. That's the end of the war for me. Another victory for us. That is 4 victories in a row. Definitely the season is shaping up to be better and better all the time. So have a good week, guys.